folks, it's Anne and Jonathan, Holistic Wellbeing, on another one of our Anglesey adventures. We've actually left Anglesey today, actually. We've ventured off the island, expecting huge queues at the bridge, but we didn't get that, which was very pleasant.
Yes, indeed.
So we ventured over to Gwynedd, of all places, which is North Wales. Many might know that region for the Snowdonia National Park, Battersea Coed and all these other beautiful places. We went to Bethgillett the other day, and also can't think of the other place. Where's the other place? Llanberis, yeah. So we didn't actually reach that, but if you head over that way where we've headed today, you'll find all these amazing places. It's very mountainous, of course, over there. And today we thought we'd do a special trip. We set off in the murky mist. It was, well, as we were kind of approaching Snowdonia, you could see a real band of mist all below the mountains. Anyway, when we got there, the sun decided to shine once again. We've been very lucky, very privileged to have that happen for us. And we do explain a little bit about our trials and tribulations in getting there a little bit further on in the video. So it wasn't easy by any means, not an easy place to find. And but we soldiered on, and we thought, yeah, let's give it a go. And it must have been the energies, because when we arrived there we found this place to be quite amazing. We hope you enjoy this video, and hope you enjoy the site through the video, and also if you choose to visit it. It's quite an amazing place. I've still not done an update on the geology, however I think it's fairly granite, I think is what I'm trying to say. The rock structure is generally granite, again crystalline, of course, and I'm going to continue about the importance of crystalline structures in later videos, which will hopefully tie in with some of the work that I do with my Atlantean spirit guide Uther, who comes through and drops us a little line every now and again with some new information. So anyway, I'm going to shut up now, because I can see that Anne's champing at the bit, wanting to say something.
All I wanted to say really was that we've not mentioned the name of the place because we haven't got a clue how to pronounce it. So you'll see it coming up on the screen below. Hopefully somebody out there might write down the phonetic pronunciation for us, so we can actually say it, or for everybody to read it. I think that's about it, really. Yeah,
I mean, I had a stab at the one, the Trafignath one that we did. I think I called it Trafignath, but that was probably wrong. Trafignath, I think, was the correct pronunciation.
So pardon our ignorance on the beautiful Welsh language.
We're learning, though.
And I think what we also need to say as well is, if you do enjoy the videos that we're producing, please give us a like, drop us a comment, and do subscribe, and that'll encourage us to do more.
Exactly. It just encourages us to produce more and more rubbish. So get on with it. What are you waiting for? Don't delay. Click today. Yeah.
That was nearly a pointy finger thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, there'll always be a pointy finger.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line there will be a pointy finger.
Shall we get on with it?
We'll get on with it.
We'll get on with the video.
So hope you enjoy the video. See you soon. Here we are leaving Lucy behind now, and we're going to set off down the single track road towards the stones themselves. Anne had kindly taken some pictures of the beautiful scenery surrounding the area, and here's a picture now of a really dapper chap walking down a country lane, enjoying the wonderful sunshine. So we're leaving the dapper chap now to look up the lane. And there he is again. What a dapper looking chap. Just to explain that while we were walking down the lane, we could see stones in the fields. Not quite sure whether they would actually be a part of this site at that time. many forming gate posts. Just showing you how beautiful this walk actually is. Here we are just on the road down to the site itself. It's a very narrow road, by the way. We'd call it a single track road. We've been down it with the bus, but kind of came back and decided to walk it, so we parked up further up the road. Just on the basis that if we meet a tractor or anything like that, then we'd stand no chance. However, what we've noticed since walking is that we've got these gate posts, and we've seen them all down the road looking suspiciously like ancient stones to me. But obviously they've had holes drilled in them to hang gates. Whether they are part of former stone circles or ancient sites, we can't confirm that or deny it, as they would say if it was an FBI thing. And but we have seen quite a few. We're going to have to move now because the Tour de France is coming past very, very soon. Okay.
Hi there. Hello. Just can't resist doing a little sweep up of the lane. Look at all this beautiful honeysuckle. And I don't know if you can see way off into the distance there. We've already passed it, but there's some beautiful rhododendrons. And the peace is amazing, just the sound of nature. And obviously the Tour de France, as you saw earlier. Right, onwards we go. So they don't like to signpost in these places. There's a big parky dog there. So we're going to continue.
Well, after a good, I would say at least half an hour, 3/4 of an hour.
No, it's an hour and it's an hour and a quarter.
Even an hour and a quarter, listen. We've chased up the hill, okay, just up that way.
Can't really see, but it's
then
steep.
We've stumbled our way down the hill, and with the powers of modern technology, i.e. and camera lens, she used the zoom to find the actual location, which you can see behind me here.
I actually used my magical powers, come on.
Well, there's a little bit involved in that, funnily enough. And I've felt a very strong energy line going right up and down this place. So now that we've arrived, it kind of makes sense. I was trying to ask for guidance and stuff and everything, and it
came in the form of your wife.
They kept saying, follow the energy, okay. So there's two ways to these lines, and I was following the wrong way. So first rule in hunting for these places is patience. Second rule is don't ever come in shorts, right, even though it's the middle of summer, because you'll get attacked by nettles, thistles, gorse bushes and rabid dogs. And we've just passed some rabid dogs in the farmyard, and I'm actually not looking forward to going back there.
Or on the plus side, we've seen hares, we've seen red squirrels, and we've seen buzzards.
There we go. So there's always a plus side to everything. So we're going to take now a look at this amazing place, and we'll give you a lowdown very soon.
Okie doke. Notice the guardian dragon on the right hand side. over Wales, you know.
So folks, just to say that we had really strong wind noise at this point. I'll try my best to just go through what I mentioned here. We have this huge slab of rock all held up by 4 pillars. Quite unusual. Most dolmen type structures usually have 3 pillars, but I assume that this, due to the size of the structure itself, needed 4. And when we move round to the entrance, I discovered that this is north-south facing, and at some point you may see into the right-hand side of the picture the Snowdonian mountain range. So this is the north-south aspect, with me pointing towards the south there, and then looking towards the north. So just very, very much in the distance there, and thanks to Anne for zooming in, we could see the Snowdonia mountain range. So really focusing now on the inside of the structure itself, you can see that these sides are made up of boulders, and apparently according to the guidebook they were put here by the farmer to make a nice little sheep shelter. That was going back to the 1800s, by the way, so it's not a modern thing. And what a lovely little sheep shelter it must make as well. And considering the amount of sheep deposits that we found on the floor, we'll consider that it was actually a success. There's a very strong energy line here as well, again running in the north-south direction, and I've not picked up on any particular other energy lines, but it's a very powerful place, probably because it's quite unspoiled, apart from the boulders of course, which have been put there in recent times, but it still feels like it's got that amazing energy about it. If you watched our video on Trefignath, there was a much different energy there. So here I am just taking a rest, and I'd worked out that the resonant frequency inside the structure itself was quite powerful as well. So I took it down to around 120 Hertz. And then tried 111 Hertz, as most sites resonate at 111 Hertz. However, I also tried 245 Hertz, and it was quite powerful at that frequency. And if you've listened to or read my previous blogs and videos, I may have mentioned that these sites usually resonate between 95 and 125 Hertz, and that's according to a Cambridge professor whose name I can't remember, but he's done many studies on these structures, so-called burial tombs, and we were just wondering at this point what it would actually sound like if we could get a few people together and start working on different harmonic levels. And that would be quite powerful, going through the octaves, fifths and thirds and all different tones, and see what resonance we could actually generate together. So if you're out there and you're ever up for some of that, we would love to hear from you. And perhaps we can make visits to these sites, as one of our lovely friends and viewers said, a lovely lady called Chris. So Chris and anybody else out there, let's get a bus trip together and go and do some of these places. Mind you, we've got to be careful about the dogs, that we don't get eaten by farm dogs or even shot by the farmers. Sadly, these places don't always have marked footpaths or stiles, and on this occasion we may have already mentioned that it was very difficult to access. So always good to try and prepare before you set off to these places, get to know a little bit about it. Some of these places are available for viewing, but only on an appointment only basis, and it may mean that you need permission from the landowner to access them. So don't just go tramping over them. There was a sign at the top of the road, as you may have seen, or we may have said, pointing in the direction of this site, but after that we were completely on our own. And ended up going in the wrong direction, of course. But I'm going to say it was all part of the fun, because we ended up on this hill, and the views from that place were stunning. So it was worth it just to see that, going a little bit off the beaten track. Anne and I didn't get an opportunity to do any toning on video at Trefignath, and probably Anne might think that's a good thing. She's not too confident about the toning at the moment, but we're getting there.
Absolutely amazing structure, it really is. It's probably one of the best I've seen. Just left the wind in there so they can see the comedy effects.
Yeah.
Let's take a guided tour round. Nearly. that nearly was a complete blooper, but I didn't manage to stay on my feet. Oh dear. So there we go. And I'm going to switch the camera off before I attempt to go back over that wall.
Who forgot the selfie stick? I don't know where it is. It's got lost.
Lost it?
No. Yeah. My third rule, fourth rule in looking at these places is don't forget your selfie stick.
Yeah.
Otherwise you get wobbly hand syndrome. So we'd just like to say the energy of this place is amazing compared to the energy of
Trefignath.
The last place we went.
Trefignath.
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce
And this has got a much nicer energy, and I feel, as we mentioned before, because it's perhaps so unspoiled and it's not really had anything done to it, as we can see, apart from the boulders for the sheep pen.
Beautiful countryside, isn't it?
And I'm sure the sheep will love it in here with the energy that's inside.
Judging by what's down by our feet, I think they spend quite a bit of time.
There's quite a lot of sheepy kind of things there's deposits, yes, ancient sheep deposits. Anyway, it's been a pleasure as this site. We've only got to find our way back now. We've already seen some farmer guy. Don't know whether he's got his gun with him, but if we don't get to post this and it gets found, say in 20 years' time, and there's no bodies claimed, then yeah, we've
come and dig up.
Yeah, we've gone. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, see you later. Bye. We're approaching the barky dog. Keep your fingers crossed for us. It's still tied up. That doesn't sound too big, does it? Well, there's the big one in its kennel. He seems to be alright at the minute. That's the one that was barking at us when we came in. Good doggy. Nice doggy. Oh, and a little one there, little Jack Russell. It's probably more fearsome. Oh, right. Oh, kiddo. I'm going to make a move. Goodbye.